Your brain? It's built different, and I'm not saying that to hype you up. Science actually backs this up. Right now, millions of people are losing their minds over 11 strangers chasing a ball, screaming, crying, painting their faces. And you? You feel absolutely nothing. Not boredom, not some smug sense of superiority, just nothing. Pure, unshakable indifference. And neuroscience finally explains why. Here's what's going on inside a sports fan's head. When they watch the game, their brain dumps oxytocin into their system. You know what oxytocin is? It's the bonding hormone, the same chemical that floods your brain when you hug your mom or hold your kid for the first time. Their brain is literally convincing them that these millionaire athletes, people who will never know their name, are part of their tribe, their family. Your tribal instincts run lower, way lower. Your identity isn't chained to group membership. You don't need a jersey or a stadium full of strangers to feel whole. You just don't. But here's where it gets really strange. Scientists did fMRI scans on sports fans while they watched games. And guess what lit up? The same exact brain regions that fire when someone's gambling. Every single play, every pass, every shot, every fumble triggers a hit of dopamine. Tiny micro doses of anticipation and reward, over and over again. That uncertainty, that will they or won't they tension, psychologists call it intermittent reinforcement, and it's the most addictive reward schedule we know. It's the same thing that makes slot machines so dangerous. The same reason people can't stop scrolling social media. Your dopamine system? It just doesn't respond to watching other people compete. And get this, a study out of the University of Chicago suggests this might actually be genetic. Variations in your dopamine receptor genes can predict how much you care about spectator sports. Your complete indifference to whether the Lakers win or lose? That might literally be hardwired into your DNA. Now let's talk about something called burgeoning. It stands for basking in reflected glory. Ever notice how fans say we won after their team wins? But when they lose, it's suddenly they lost. See that? Watch the pronouns shift. You don't do this. Your self-esteem doesn't hinge on what strangers accomplish on a field. You don't need borrowed victories to feel successful. You don't rent your pride from people who'll never meet you. But here's the twist, the part that makes this whole thing even more confusing. Sports fans actually score higher on certain empathy measures. They're practicing compassion. They're learning to care deeply about strangers' struggles, their triumphs, their failures. So why don't you feel that same empathy for athletes? Empathy allocation. That's the answer. Everyone's got a limited tank of emotional energy. You can only care so much about so many things. Fans pour theirs into sports. You're directing yours somewhere else: social causes, personal relationships, creative projects, intellectual rabbit holes. A 2021 study found that people who don't care about sports score way higher in openness to experience, higher appreciation for art, for beauty, for ideas. You're getting the same emotional payoff, meaning, connection, that sense of transcendence. You're just getting it from different places. And this is exactly why you and sports fans talk past each other like you're speaking different languages. Sports fans find meaning in narrative. The underdog story. The dynasty that crumbles. The buzzer beater that changes everything. To them, it's real-life drama with genuine stakes. You're sitting there thinking, why would I emotionally invest in outcomes I can't control, performed by people I don't know, that have zero impact on my actual life? Neither perspective is wrong. They're just two completely different answers to the same human need, the need for story, for drama, for something bigger than yourself. Researchers have a term for this: parasocial investment versus direct engagement. Fans build one-sided relationships with teams. They care deeply, but it's not reciprocal. The team doesn't care back. You'd rather invest your energy where there's actual give and take, where your care actually matters, where you're a participant in the story, not just someone watching from the bleachers. Psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi's study flow states, those moments of complete absorption where time disappears and you're fully locked in. And he found that people can reach flow through thousands of different activities. For some people, it's watching sports. For you, it's literally anything else. And here's the most radical part of all this. Non-sports people often report feeling more present in their own lives. Think about it. You're not spending 3 hours every Sunday living vicariously through someone else's struggle. You're not outsourcing your emotional highs and lows to strangers. You're engaged in your own story, building your own meaning, fighting your own battles. So the next time someone asks, "Yo, did you see the game?" and you genuinely could not care less, remember this. You're not broken. You're not missing some essential piece of the human experience. You're not boring or cold or disconnected. Your brain's reward system, your tribal instincts, your empathy, they're just calibrated differently, tuned to a different frequency. You're not sitting on the sidelines of life. You're just playing a different game entirely, one that might actually have higher stakes, one where you're not just a spectator. If this hit home, you need to see why quiet people process the world in a completely different way, and why that's actually your secret weapon. Check the videos below.